Hey, coffee cuties, we are back with another banger. And today we are back with another reaction video where I give my raw and unfiltered opinion about viral topics surrounding quality natural hair. And today we definitely have a banger because we have a famous twin on the docket by the name of Tamera, who is going super duper viral. First, she was going viral because she was trying to teach her girls how to use a three-part comb, giving so many people the side eye. And then her husband just added insult to injury by making some statements in response rather to Trump's recent allegations that he was going to ban people who use food stamps from buying junk food. She was just in the news all week, and we're just going to get into it all. So, first, just in case that you did not see the original video that had your girl going super viral, I am going to go ahead and play that now. As your girl was doing an advertisement of some sort, like I said, for the three-part comb for Con Air. So, let's go ahead and see what is going on and come back with some more commentary.
I absolutely love this comb because if you can see, it's 3 combs in one. And as a traveling mom, I'm always thinking about ways that can just help my travelers go, quicker, easier. And if I don't have to pack 3 different combs to do the deed, the better. So right here, this side of the comb is a detangler and pretty much a wide tooth comb. This side of the comb parts your hair and can section your hair when styling. This right here is my secret to volume. It's a little cute pick. So yes, you've got 3 combs all in one.
All right, so there you have it. Just in case you were not aware of how to use the three-part comb, there you go. Now, I will admit this comb is somewhere in the back of my closet collecting dust. It is my least favorite comb. I never really use it. I have a rat tail comb and a wide tooth comb. Those are my 2 favorites. But I did not know those little picks at the end was for volume. So leave down below if you are aware of that. Because again, I guess your girl was living under a rock, or I don't know, maybe it's because I don't care for this comb. I just did not know that. So I guess I learned something new. So I know majority of the people was giving your girl the side eye, like, girl, well, how are you teaching us how to use a comb? But I guess there's lessons in everything. But leave down below what you thought if you've seen this going viral, or what are your thoughts now that you have seen the video. So someone said, why are people mad about this? Then someone else said, somebody said Tia and Tamera are twins, but different races. I can't unsee it. So there has been a running narrative about that because, as you know, Tia was married to a black man by the name of Corey, and Tamera is married to someone. I believe her husband's name rather is Adam, but please don't quote me. I do know he's a news anchor, and we're going to get into him in a second. But because they chose to marry, one married white, one married black, one kind of has more of a urban style to her, even though I feel like personally they both kind of give off a similar vibe of like a black suburban type of girl. But sometimes Tia decides to style her hair a little bit different, with her makeup and dressing a little bit different. So that narrative has been going on for a very long time. And this video definitely did not help because it just kind of makes it seem like either Tamera is not, connected with the culture, or this was not for the culture at all. It's one of the two. And I'm kind of believing that this video was not really for black women. I believe that it is for other races of women to introduce them to this comb. And they probably gonna sell this comb that we could get from the beauty supply stores for like $1.99. They about to be selling this comb for $50 because they literally have the Con Air co-stamp to this, and having her doing a full-on infomercial to a comb that's been in black families and households since how far back we can remember. Again, majority of us don't even use this comb. It's collecting dust, but now they're about to gentrify the comb and make it not affordable, but make it like a trendy thing for people such as white women or women with type 1 hair. So that is that. We're going to go ahead and see some commentary of some people, black women, reacting to this infomercial that Tamera decided to do when it comes to the comb. So let's see what a few people have to say about it.
Raised with Tamera Mowry yet again because she was demonstrating how to use a 3-sided comb. First of all, if we being real, which a lot of y'all aren't on this app, I didn't know how to use the goddamn 3-sided comb. That is the one comb in the pack that I don't think nobody fucking uses. That shit stays in the pack. You probably have about 6 of them bitches laying around your house, and you've never fucking used that fucking three-sided comb. So when she broke that shit down, I was like, oh, but she sold me. I'm finna go buy a pink comb. Back to my point. Y'all are upset saying, oh, this is so WHITE of you. Oh, wow. Just being real fucking hateful and ignorant, racist, colorist. The same thing that y'all say y'all are against. When white people do it, y'all get on this motherfucking internet and do it to each other as African American people. For years, I have watched how this woman has came on the camera sparingly and told y'all do a lot to me in my comments. Y'all do a lot to me in my DMs. And y'all judge her simply because of who she is married to. But when your mama fucking to make sure that you got, when your mama fucking on a white man to make sure that you got shit up under your tree for Christmas, it's okay. When your grandma was fucking on a white man to make sure she had some land, it was okay. She's actually in love with this man. She can't help who she chose to fall in love with. Whenever a black person speaks properly and eloquently, whenever a black person is educated, whenever a black person is at a higher level of success than y'all, a lot of times y'all like to try to throw at them, oh, you're uppity. Oh, you think you're better than me. No, you think that they are better than you because they have some shit that you're either too lazy to go acquire or that you told yourself you'll never be able to get because you're still stuck in fucking slavery days. You don't see a beautiful black woman and a handsome man who have chosen to marry each other and create a beautiful family. You see black, white. You see master, slave. Baby, you need to work on you. That don't have shit to do with her. It just aggravates me because for years, y'all were either saying that she wasn't black enough or you were saying that she was too white. And then whenever she was trying to show her ethnicity, oh yeah, you still ain't black enough. Y'all do that shit so much and it pisses me the fuck off. As African American people, y'all need to chill the fuck out because I don't see white people in her comments doing that shit. They don't complain about nothing. Good job, Tamera. I'll buy 3. They probably won't even use the shit, but they're gonna support her because they like her, they love her, they grew up watching her. Y'all need to adapt. I hate to say it, but y'all need to adapt some of the same qualities that these white people have. Y'all see race sometimes more than white people see race. And I understand that it's because we were subjected to the racism. We were the ones that were abused in the situation. But god damn, to turn around and do it to yourselves, it makes no sense. It's very sad.
Alrighty, so what are your opinions about what your girl had to say? I did not watch the video beforehand, so excuse the cussing. So I just want to say, first of all, love who you want to love, date who you want to date, marry who you want to marry. If you choose to be a black woman, date a white man, all of the above, mixing interracially, however, which way it goes, that is your prerogative. But I do want to say that this creator definitely has some things wrong when she talked about, because black people are criticizing her in making videos and all of the above, that black people are somehow racist or colorist. That was definitely ignorant. And to kind of put out there, oh, your mama was sleeping with a white man to pay your bills and get land. I don't know what mama she's talking about. I don't know what she's talking like. That just was completely unrelated to anything that I personally can relate to. But when it comes to the overall message of black people tearing other black people down, that is true. However, I do not feel that Tamar is a black woman. She is a biracial woman, and that is okay. So if she is trying to prove her blackness because she married a white man, I don't know why she feels like she has to do that. I feel like she should just embrace who she is and enjoy who she decided to marry and just be free with that. But again, a lot of this conversation went far left in regards to what actually was going on, just making reaction videos to the three-sided comb. But your girl also did not know fully how to use it either. So I'm glad I'm not the only one. So I guess that is a positive that came out of all of this. But someone said, Everyone uses the three-sided comb. The comb was the only one that was always around because we always lost the other one. Someone else said, you didn't tell a single lie. Then someone else said, and that comb never gets lost. So, what are your thoughts about all of this? Do you agree with what the creator had to say? Disagree? There's no right or wrong answers. Again, it was a lot going on, a lot of cussing going on. It just kind of went all over the place, kind of went to some things that was unrelated, in my opinion. But the overall message of black people tearing other black people down, if you don't like something, you don't necessarily have to be rude. You could just go be in situations and environments and buy combs in this case that you actually do like. I didn't find the video to be offensive in any way to the point where I'm about to go over to her comment sections and tell her, hey, you're a white woman or whatever. I personally think she is not even selling it to black women. I think that this again was an infomercial for white women and women with type 1 hair to overpay for a comb that again we as black women have known since the beginning of time is like $1.99. Leave down below if you know the inventor of this comb, because I would hate for this to become a situation of cultural appropriation. If this was a creation of black people and then it slowly just to starts to get erased by us being the ones that brought this comb to the forefront and kind of being introduced to other groups of people and they kind of take over and take credit for it. So that would be the only case where I will be against it personally. But we're just going to keep chucking it along and hear other people's perspectives about it and come back with some more commentary.
Tamera, Tia sister, she posted a tutorial on how to use a three-part comb, and a lot of black women were in the comments talking about, "Oh, we know how to use a comb, Tamera." I just want you to know we weren't her target audience. Black women, we know how to use a comb and a brush. We've been doing it for years. She was talking to the white women. Sometimes I forget that Tamera is actually black. She has a white husband. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened over the years, but she definitely wasn't talking to us. She was breaking down the comb, how to use each side. That wasn't for us, ladies. Y'all look very confused in the comments. She doesn't connect with us. Okay? She's trying to connect with her people, those people. Um, Tamara, we still didn't forgive your husband for saying what he said about the food stamps. You need to get him in touch. Actually, you can't even do that. I'm not even going to lay that on you because you can't get him in touch because you're out of touch. Shit. Fuck. It's no hope. Tamara,
Alrighty, so what are your opinions about what your girl had to say? So I am definitely in agreement with what she is saying. I don't believe that that infomercial was for black women. I believe that they are trying to expand the audience of this comb to women with type 1 hair, white women, in order to get them to pay an overpriced tag for a comb that we've been using again for years and years that we don't even really barely even value. But when it comes to the conversation of her husband and his statements, we're going to get into that in a second because that is another reason why your girl was viral, and it's just kind of feeding into the narrative that your girl is just disconnected from black culture altogether. But at least the girl in the video was saying that she is connecting with her people because she is, in fairness, biracial. So 50% of herself is white. So she is technically connecting with part of her culture. So is it wrong for a biracial person to want to cater to white people if they are 50-50? Why do they only have to cater to 50% of themselves? What's wrong with that? Like, I actually feel like there's nothing wrong with that. So someone said sometimes people forget Tamara Tia and Tamera rather is actually also white. So yes, that's my point too. This is so sad. Just say you have an issue with mixed humans. Just she's the best of both worlds. And then someone she actually the creator said, I won't because I don't have a problem with Tamera and her husband. So I don't think no one here is saying that there's anything wrong with being mixed or we have an issue with mixed people. I hope that's not how it's coming across because I actually am saying that she should be able to embrace both sides of herself. So leave down below again what your thoughts are about that. But when it comes to her husband again, who just kind of added flames to the fire that was already going on following the infomercial of the three-part comb, let's go ahead and pull this up now. So it is on mute due to music, but If you're not aware, this past week, the Trump administration decided to basically pose a bill or pose a law that will ban junk food being brought by food stamps. So it says Tamara Mowry's husband, Adam, says his thoughts about a potential ban on junk food purchases with food stamps. So this is her husband's full response, I guess, that he gave on Twitter. So he says, as a kid who grew up in a neighborhood grocery store since I was 5, I can tell you how many people I saw come in and buy cheap crap food for their children with food stamps, then open the wallet in cash for liquor, beer, wine, and cigarettes. Then there were those who would repeatedly buy a lime or a lemon, get the change, walk out of the door, throw them away, and do it again until they had enough change to buy cigarettes or alcohol. As a kid, it pissed me off because there are so many people who could really use the help, and then there are those working the system. So he also said, my parents used every dime they had to open up a small neighborhood grocery store. My brother and I basically lived in the back room, and as a family, we worked our butts off. I got baseball cards as pay for picking up cigarette butts in the planters. LOL. Worked those stores until I left for TV. Brother still runs both of them. So he is basically saying that he comes from humble beginnings and he witnessed people with food stamps buying junk with the food stamps and then buying cigarettes and wine and beer with the cash, all of the above. A very unfortunate statement, to make in this type of climate when your wife is already being criticized. And I'm not going to say what is right or wrong because at the end of the day, if you are granted food stamps and there is no ban against you buying junk food, then technically you could buy what you want. People have all type of vices. I don't personally smoke. I don't drink. I don't do none of that. I do feel like it is some undertone of a stereotype that he's kind of saying without saying, but yeah, let's see what a few commenters have to say. So somebody said, for whatever reason, I just don't care what people are doing or buying with their food stamps. I'm in agreement with that. Like, there's no ban on anything. If someone wants to buy chips and pop with their food stamps, if that's how they choose to live their life, more power to them. Just like the rich, there's so many fat, rich white people or black people and everything in between. Should we be telling them, hey, I know you got a lot of money and I know you can afford this food, but hey, gluttony is a real thing and you shouldn't be indulging. Like, so why is it only rules when it comes to people who are in need? Like, that just doesn't sit well with me. But someone else said, I'm sorry, what 5-year-old is paying attention to what people are doing with their food stamps or are buying this much? As a kid, I was just concerned with toys. I wanted to ask my parents for it. That's it. That is a good point as well. So this like deeply thought out story. Oh, at 5, I witnessed people buying junk with their food stamps. Are you sure about that, or is this like a story that you're kind of over exaggerating? Like, I don't know. It just seemed a little bit unbelievable. And then also, I do know he is a news anchor. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comment section, but I believe he works for like Fox News or something because Tamar actually had to come out and say her husband is not racist because he worked for that particular station. So it's just not a good look overall. So again, leave down below what your opinions are about that. Someone else said the food stamps he's complaining about kept his parents' business open. What does it matter? So that is a good point as well. So those same food stamps that you're complaining they came in and they got cigarettes or wine or whatever, they were contributing to your parents' success. So you kind of got to look at it both ways. Like if this ban was in place and people were not doing that, you may not have had your business. So I think it's kind of best to just mind your business and let people do what they choose to do. If they were granted the help and they're using it on whatever they choose to use it on, I just don't think that it should be regulated that much because, again, people that do have money and they do have resources, we don't regulate what they're doing with theirs because we can make the argument that if you are a multimillionaire and there are people that's starving and hungry, why are you not helping them? Why are you not in these communities, in these neighborhoods, giving out healthy snacks? If you feel like that is where the money should be going, you're just online using Twitter fingers criticizing. And that is where I am in disagreement. Again, Tamara's husband does not necessarily reflect how she feels. It is definitely two different conversations. One is simply about a comb and the way you use a comb, and one is more about the way people, poor people, people in need and poverty, how they choose to use their resources. So completely different. But because they are husband and wife, they are going to be lumped in together, and it is going to further feed into the stereotype of, her being the twin that is less connected to the culture, and she has a white husband and he has all of these thoughts. So it is feeding into that more and more. But again, we know that two adults, they can have two different ideologies, or they could think the same. And I don't think that he is necessarily saying something that could be confirmed as racist, because he did not use, oh, black people, even though we know in these poor neighborhoods oftentimes it is black, but it's not always black. So in fairness, we do have to put that out there as well. But I do believe that it was a little bit tone deaf, considering that we kind of can read between the lines and kind of understand that you may not be talking about all black, but a lot of the people that you're referring to are black. But what was your opinions about this when you saw the statements from Tamera's husband? Did you get offended? Did you not get offended? What are your overall thoughts? Leave them down below. But I also just want to end the video by saying again, if you want to wear or rock or use rather the three-sided comb, more power to you. If you did not know and now you're going to go out and buy one, more power to you as well. If Tia and Tamera, they both like the three-part sided comb, I don't think it's any more or less black that she decided to come out and explain it. Again, I don't even think the video was for us at all. But again, leave your thoughts, because I'm very curious to know what you all think. But also, at the time of this recording, we are 747 people away from the goal of 10K. And at 10K, we will definitely be doing a giveaway. So be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It is Liddy over here. So many more bangers to come. But this is the end of this video. So until next time, see ya.